The 12.8 cm Flak 40 was the heaviest German World War II anti-aircraft gun. Although it was not produced in great numbers, it was reportedly one of the most effective heavy AA guns of its era. The gun fired a 28-kilogram shell to a maximum ceiling of 14,800 meters. Compared with the famous 88mm Flak gun, the Flak 40 used a powder charge 4 times as great. The development of the gun began in 1936, and the first prototype was delivered for testing in late 1937. The gun weighed nearly 12 tons in its firing position, with the result that its barrel had to be removed for transport. Service testing showed this was very impractical, so in 1938 other solutions were considered. While the Flak 40 was typically utilized on its static carriage system, production of more mobile versions was already underway. These mounted atop multiple axle transport carriages to help contend with the massive weapon's weight over distances. But the weapon had to be dismantled between two loads for transport. Despite their mobile classification, these examples still proved heavy and difficult to maneuver. So German engineers eventually created a railcar variant that supplied only limited additional mobility. Approximately 200 guns were mounted on rail cars during the war, but even this method was impractical. Due to the heavy nature of the weapon system as a whole, the Flak 40 was eventually settled as a static gun emplacement along few but very critical airspace routes throughout Germany. Large cities like Berlin and Vienna were also protected by Flak 40 guns, and even then some of these weapons had specially constructed towers designed to manage their weight. As the Allied bombing campaign was taking an ever-increasing toll on German war-making capacities day and night, a unique twin-gun variant was developed and was designated as Flak 40 Zwilling or Twin. These were essentially the same class of weapon, though completed with two side-by-side 12.8 cm gun barrels, appropriate fire control systems, and dual loading facilities, all fitted to the original mount. Production of these began in 1942, and some 38 examples were produced until February of 1945. Again, the weight and complexity of these systems made their availability limited, and they were utilized strictly around key objects. The eventual solution was to simplify the firing platform based on the assumption it would always be securely bolted into concrete. The total weight of the Zwilling twin-gun mount system reached 27 tons, making it practically impossible to tow cross-country. In the end, this mattered little, since by the time the gun entered production in 1942, it was used primarily static, defensive applications. There were 4 twin mounts on the fortified Berlin Zoo anti-aircraft tower, and they were also on other flak towers protecting Hamburg and Vienna. It is interesting to note that during the Battle of Berlin, the guns on the Zoo tower were used successfully to support the ground forces as well. The heavy shells knocked out Soviet armor easily, especially when they hit them from the side. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and to make sure you don't miss my future work, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel and press the bell notification button. Thank you, and see you in the next video.